So at the current moment, a lot of people are emphasizing on the fact that PS4 and Xbox One don't have that many games. I, on the other hand, feel like I can never fucking catch up because I still have a PS3 as well. And between all three of these systems, I feel like I will never fucking play every game that I want to the length that I want just to get out the reviews. Either way, the point is for this video that Final Fantasy XIV has come out. Now, I have never played Final Fantasy XIV up until this point. I have not played the original one that was apparently garbage and shit, and I have not played the reboot until now. I have not played the PC version, I have not played the PS3 version. Actually, to be honest, I haven't even watched a review on it, nor did I even look up clips, really. And the reason why is because I am not addicted. I don't have an addictive personality. I don't stay on MMOs for years and use all my time. However, I do sink a considerable amount of time every time I do buy an RPG, an MMO. Games such as Terra, where I sunk, I would say a good 15 hours. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, not quite as much, maybe about 8 or 9. But something like Guild Wars, where I spent literally, I think my game time was like 27 hours. Now, yeah, there's people that put hundreds of hours easy every year into these MMOs, and I'm not one of those people, but when I sit down and want to play, I know it's going to eat at me, and eat my time away. So with Final Fantasy XIV, I was a bit hesitant, let's be honest. However, I figured there's really nothing coming out till, you know, about August, where I want to get Tales of Xillia 2 and a couple other games. So I figured, why not get an MMO where I can casually play? Now, there is a subscription fee, so if you do not want to pay every month, do not get this game. I am playing the first 30 days for free. Every copy, including digital, comes with a free 30-day gameplay. Once you get past the 30-day gameplay, you can then decide if you want to pay. I will probably pay the first month after that, because I usually play an MMO anywhere from a month to 2 months, and then come back later. So, now, is Final Fantasy worth, you know, playing, buying, investing your time in? Well, here we go. It's not a full review because I am only, I would say I put a steady amount, about 7-8 hours into the game, you know, casually looking around, learning the controls, and I am now level 15. Now, that's not very far. I can hear people get to level 15 and 20 in about 2-3 hours once they know the basic functions. So a game like this has one thing very good, and I'll get to that later. But let's start with the beginning process. The game is very familiar to anybody who's played an MMO before. You start in a big town. You got to get used to this town. Got to find out where to go. Get a couple of quests from people. Get the main quest, and head out on your adventure. The thing I noticed right away when I stepped out of the gates, wow, this world looks awesome. And the reason why is because I love Final Fantasy XI. It is one of my favorite MMOs, if not my favorite MMO of all time. So, playing this, it was like I stepped back into my fucking junior high school days. I was ecstatic. The world is full, vibrant colors. It looks wonderful. I was like, yes! And this is probably my favorite thing about Final Fantasy MMO series, is that they always look really pretty. Like I said, I didn't play the original shit version. I heard it sucked, but this one looked great. So I step out, I do some quests, I kill some things. I'm like, very standard affair of combat. I was a bit disappointed because Guild Wars, in my opinion, and Terra are the type of games that are moving the MMO functions quicker, faster. And Final Fantasy XIV, in that regard, is a bit of a step back. It's kind of a slower battle system. However, not to say that's slow as Final Fantasy XI. No, it is quick. It is quick, just not as, I guess I can say, hands-on as Terra and Guild Wars. I felt more into the combat there. However, the combat is pretty good. Now, I am playing a summoner, so as a warrior class, it could be very different. So I'm going through the quest. Now let's skip ahead because I can talk all day about my first couple of hours. But now at the, you know, at my 8-hour mark, I'm in the third place, I guess, the fourth major city, and I'm having a really good time. I'm killing things. What the game does well is throw enough content at you that you really can't possibly get bored unless you just don't like the game. There's such things as called fate. Fates are when you go into a battle zone, similar to Guild Wars with the events, and you have to fight monsters or kill these certain things or protect these certain people, and everybody in the field can just join you, and you will all get experience, and you'll get experience based on your contribution to the fight. So that's really cool. Then you got these things called level guilds or something. These are pretty cool because they're basically objectives. Kill these guys or do this, you know, kill these certain amount, collect these things. But the thing is, you get bonuses on your speed, on how quick you kill things and so on, and I really love that. It gives you the extra XP that you can get. On top of that, the towns so far are pretty awesome to explore. The only one I was a little confused is the main first town, but everything else is really smooth and easy to get through and find everything. Now, the map is something that I really fucking dislike the first 3 or 4 hours of gameplay. I still don't love it. I think there's a lot better maps out there, and it would be easier to obviously use a keyboard and mouse for this fucking map. It's very hard to do on a PS4 controller. However, the more you get used to it, it's easier to find your objectives. Now, there are other things that I really love. One is the design. Definitely really cool to look at, like I said, environment, but not only that, the monsters. So far, I have not met any duplicates, which is a fucking surprise. Now, you're saying you're only 8 hours in, Whitey. Maybe they are. I could possibly find later on just color variations of the same enemies I killed in lower levels, but usually that's already happened about around level 15 to 20 in most MMOs, and so far I have not found any enemies that look alike in really any way. Each enemy has its own distinct look, and it's pretty cool to fight each one. They all have their certain attacks that you have to dodge. They all have their certain good and bad, and you have to just figure out how to kill them. Now, what don't I like? I don't like I said, the map. It really is annoying. However, the more I play, I'm more getting used to it. However, for any newcomers to MMO, I strongly suggest taking your time to learn the map. It is very annoying to use, but once you get used to it, you're good. Another thing is, like I said, I felt this was a step back in the combat section from like Tower and Guild Wars. Not that those games are amazing in terms of everything, but in combat, I felt both those games really were great. And in this, I feel that the combat is solid. It's a lot more fun when you're in a party. It works really well, really easy to pick your people that you have to heal, the monsters you have to buff, and all that stuff, and poison and all that, because that's what I am. I'm a summoner, and I think it works really well. It's just not as, I don't know, hands-on, I guess I gotta say. Now, is it worth it? So far, I think so. It's a $40 to buy it either digitally or go to the store. Okay, so you got the $40, right? Now, once you get that, you get the free 30 days. Okay, so it's really a $40 game. No going around it. You don't have to pay an extra card right at the beginning. Now, is it a game that you're going to play months and months in advance? If it is a game where you can sit down and casually play. Now, I've been casually playing the last 3 days. Today, I went on a little bit of a binge and played like 3 hours in a row, but like an hour or two a day, and I've got stuff. Every time I get on, I feel like I've accomplished something, and that's great. Is there a lot of walking? Of course. That will obviously get drowned out with the mounts, but there's a teleporting system that works really well. The money comes in decent, not fucking dribbling in, so you never can buy anything. And there's plenty of shit to do. You will never feel like, where do I go next? Because you always have things to do outside of just the main quest and side quests. So, is it worth it? So far, I would say yes. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Now, it's an MMO. I gotta get really involved in it, play hours and hours, and tell you the detail of what's good and bad in the end game and all that. But as it stands, Final Fantasy 14 is a really solid MMO. Now, I didn't expect anything less, because when I heard they rebirthed the game, I knew they were coming out with something pretty fantastic, because Final Fantasy 11, like I said, is one of my favorite. So, that's really my impressions. Is it worth buying? For people that aren't into MMOs, I think it's a great, game to showcase the PS4 in terms of giving it something to play while you're waiting for the next big game or indie game. But I would say it's worth it if you're a Final Fantasy fan or an MMO fan that you haven't played an MMO in a while. My last one was Guild Wars, which was 2012. It's been a while, and I'm really enjoying it. If you want to join me, I am on the server that starts with an L. I think it's Liam or Lilium or something like that. You could private message me or hit me up on Facebook or Twitter, any of those things, and just tell me, hey, why do I want to play? And I'll be on there. I'll help you out anytime you need. Like I said, I'm not an expert at MMOs, so I'm just having fun. So if you want to just team up and kill some things and do some quests, I'm all up for that. Hit me up. Everybody else who's thinking about buying it, I say go for it if you like Final Fantasy MMOs, grinding, killing things, big events, and all that fun stuff in an MMO. If MMOs are not your thing, this is not going to change your mind.